I went ahead and deleted those videos. Not that I was wrong, but that I was leaning toward unstable, you know. Still right. I'm right for having a concern, you know. I'm right for being apprehensive, and I'm right for erasing them. I'm right for taking my security into concern, you know. The information itself could be right or wrong. That's not what I'm getting into. And I don't, I don't think that anybody should be held to old standards. If they had a change of heart, then you're a new person. That's fine. But I didn't really have a change of heart. I just think that's not really the way to go. But you could kind of see how I felt. And, there's not really anything for you to disagree about, you know. You have to have a family member and feel like they're in some kind of trouble, you know, which, of course, we're always in some sort of mortal danger as long as you're alive. And, again, there's no really a sinister motivation in the universe other than, kind of like the precautions you have to take as a safety guard to go out and swim out and rescue somebody so you don't get drowned yourself. You know, because if somebody's holding you down, then you're going to hate them because they're drowning you, even though they're trying to be saved, you know, and they're still drowning you, and so you still hate them, you know. So I decided that it was maybe not the best way to go, but I still think that those people are not trustworthy, you know. It's a very real possibility that Tom, whatever his face is, has something to do with the bombings, you know. It could be another hedge fund manager. I doubt that the fucking guy that they arrested for the bombing worked on his own. His name is an anagram for what is it? Accessory? Anyways, I still have to sleep, so I cannot leave an open invitation to people constantly, and so I didn't get that many views. So I have a pretty good feeling that I'll be left alone in my sleep, and I won't have to, you know, do the fucking, struggle for, you know. Anyways, I'm not here to like act like a tough guy or anything. I just want people to know, you know, that to look at these people, because we let them get away with too much shit. And I mean, the media, you know, the media is gonna lie and spin, but people are the ones that are letting them go. Regular people, because they have short attention span, and they don't even have to really fuck with the information. If they want to just go off and live their own life, that's understandable. They could do that too, but that's letting them go. I'm sorry to inform you, it's unfortunate and everything, but if you want to play with like models and spend your time away from the information, even though you're not sinister, even though you're not wrong, you are still letting this certain things go unheeded. And I just get really pissed off, and it's not really right for me to stay pissed off, you know, because you're only temporary. You're only going through temporarily, whether knowingly or unknowingly. If you take a loss, or if you suffer, everybody dies. So, I mean, what am I going to do? Try to save one person and let somebody else die, right? Or, you know, try to expose one criminal and maybe even they get off of a charge because of mishandled evidence, or people taking it upon themselves to to make accusations. And so, like, you can't make somebody's karma, even if they have bad karma, even if they deserve it really, really bad. You can't be the executor of karma. So some other way, some other fucking way, But like, I still think my sister's doing the wrong thing, thinking that it's a choice to work around those people, And I still think my mother is allowing, like, my mom doesn't tell me things. She doesn't tell me that that my sister's job had a bomb threat. She'll hide information from me, like, oh, she's got these recreational hydrocodone and she's doing it wrong. Now, I could teach her, but I could also make it more easy for her to poison herself by giving her information, trying in the best intentions, right? So, I mean, I don't even know, like, whether you let somebody poison themselves with acetaminophen, or you teach them a way how to extract whatever they need and a way to consume it without going over the time release, so that they don't kill themselves. You don't know how strongly they want to stay lit, so they might just kill themselves anyway. There's a lot of things like that. And so, I mean, I just have to realize I can't really do anything. I just gotta let everybody fuck up and learn from adversity, whatever it is they're gonna learn, because I mean, that's how I learn shit. I learn things because I'm a little bit more studious. Then I branch out, basically. Like, a lot of people become very, very skilled in one area, and I mean, I just become pretty much like, I'm open to things, and I'm encouraging about all the areas. I have a pretty long attention span. I don't know, that I'm different, but I don't know. So, like, nothing's changed. I'm just getting smarter. I erased those videos. That seems like smarter. Today when I made those videos, I was pretty smart to make those videos, and then to erase them, here we go again. I'm being smart again. But you just get smarter and smarter, and then you realize that you really cannot help anybody. Probably the only way to help somebody is by not being present. Like, that's the real scientific approach to helping somebody, is to make yourself not present. And then when you're not present, you're working on yourself, and then you can come back and you can help them after, because they need to see the proof. Like, they need the proof. You have to get them excited. You have to get them to wonder, how you did that? How did you do that? So then they actually have the attention span. If they wouldn't have no attention span, then you cannot even give them you can't even give somebody some advice, Unfortunately, some of the opportunities are only like here for a short time, and then they're gone. And I'm not going to want to talk to people that's going to ask me how you did that, because I don't want to be discouraging, and at the same time, I don't want to give them advice that doesn't work anymore, that if it only worked once. And then on top of that, like, you can't really even trust anybody in the first place. So it's just, yeah. But I mean, I bet you people think that they disagree with me, but they can't. You can't disagree with me because you haven't been in my shoes. Like, sure, I was wigging out, but I think that marks my sanity, the fact that I was wigging out. And also, I want people to know, like, I want my sister and my mother to know that I would let you fall into the hands of law enforcement. I would let you pay you know, your debt to society, I won't protect you from it, you know. On the other hand, like stealing and shit like that, like if somebody gets away with something without paying for it, I don't get mad. That shit's kind of even overbearing and whack a little bit. Stealing is still not the best activity, you know. From a corporation, stealing from a person is wrong. Stealing from a corporation is just ill-advisable, you know. But as far as like working with people who run fucking psyops and games on the mass majority of the population and have them biting into false narratives, you know, just this is just how we mish coffee with news kind of thing. I really hate that with a passion. I don't know what even to do. Like I can't punish myself because I really hate that with a passion. So I would be, you know, like I can't say, for example, like I would pay the cost if I did that, because I was damn sure never do that because I hate that. And I think that if you don't hate that, you're missing out on life. You're missing out on something. If you don't hate deceptive practices that sucker people in and get them to follow and believing that they're in doing the right thing, or believing that they have the right values, and you're playing them. And for my sister to be so close to people like that, like it's a choice, like she could just do that. Like I don't know. I don't know what that is. It's a scam. I think they killed her or something. Maybe she got spinal tapped, cloned. Maybe she's not my sister anymore. Maybe my mother is probably damn sure definitely not my mother anymore. She stopped being my mother when she was a long time ago. Now she's just like a ride. I know it seems fucked up and everything, but she's not my ally. I can't trust her with information. I can't tell her plans. I can't tell her ideas. I can't tell her plans. She's negative against everything. All I could do is let her offer me a ride, and that makes her useful, and she loves being useful. But she's a it's not even good for her to feel her one, you know, characteristic that's of any value is being needed, you know, by another. Because that's like, oh, I'm happy if I have a girlfriend who sees me as a just another smoke out, or as some petty cash, or someone you can ask for something. That's not confidence. If you gotta give somebody something to hang around, then you don't know your own worth, and it's not confidence. There's still things I do that don't know my own worth. You know, I gotta suffer to quit nicotine. Like I have to suffer a certain amount to quit nicotine, and I haven't committed to it yet. So I don't know what the worth is of the suffering I must endure, you know, so I could recognize coming out on the other side, you know, and saying like, I did it and this is why, because I owe it to myself or something. But I'm take a little puff and I played it out now. I'm one of those people now that you see that drops almost a whole cigarette on the ground with just the burnt tip. I think I'm almost done making videos, you know. Because if I'm going to go on and ramble like this, anybody could do that too. So that may be signaling that it's the end. Plus, if I'm erasing a whole day's worth of videos, like several videos that I made, then maybe I'm starting to see it as a job. Maybe that's what I'm doing. Yeah. Well, if I figure that there's something I could do with this, I'll come back and make more videos. I don't know if I'm out yet. I started doing this for various reasons, and I tried to facilitate multiple purposes, but I think I have to narrow it down and just deal with what I excel in, because I'm not really sure that I'm even providing anybody anything right now. Like, I started out talking about mythology and lore and things like that, and my interest in current events and politics and things kind of took me away from that. And I noticed nobody's really interested in the shit that I'm interested in. So I'll just let you not be interested in the shit that I'm interested in. I'll go ahead and I'll be interested in the shit that I'm interested in. But I didn't get no feedback from nobody really putting no thought into anything except the person who left me the comments about the Random Rants of Ryan Traumagate thing. That changed my mind. That was the best thing that happened out of this whole thing. And, it wasn't like swashbuckling adventure or anything. It was kind of like, I have to admit, you're kind of annoyed to find out somebody disagrees with you, but at the same time, it's important. And if it's a challenge to see if that you can focus on a better perspective. If somebody gives you a better perspective, you're better off to take it. You're better off to take it. And so some people, I really don't know where they're coming from too, because you could say one word about a video and it could be taken either way. And so I feel like I was being tested more or less to get discovery about me. And I'm not really trying to give people discovery about me. I'm trying to get discovery about people who are maybe who they say they are, or maybe they're acting like someone they're not, or maybe they're not who they say they are. So it got me making videos. Like, I started to kind of pretend or act like I was well known to get to another level. And then I was basically just taking the people I clickbaited and it's kind of like not making it seem like I do this, but I really don't do this. Like, I really just started doing this and I was like, well, I'm not reaching anybody, so then I'll do the clickbait. Then I just started to play the role, like as if that was what I was been doing, It was a pretty, I don't really know what it did. But I didn't get any scholars or anybody. I'm gonna leave my videos up. The ones that I feel like need a reply. But I'm not gonna get mad if nobody replies, because I understand that, like, I'm in a special case. I don't think there's very many people who want to really, like, how are you gonna have gun rights if you don't acknowledge when the police are doing their job, when you should ask for services from the police, or when they're fucking up and they're taking rights away, then you need to get police on the police, right? But you'll never have gun rights if you don't respect the natural living man and his right to protect himself and his property, and to not be fucked with, leave me alone, you understand that. That's why you have gun rights, so you can be left alone. And if you don't understand that and you don't want to afford them to anybody, then you're basically helping litigate yourself out of a perfectly decent right. You can't have your gun rights unless you afford them to everybody else, because you're just making the argument for why you shouldn't have them. And as a strong proponent of gun laws, then you would just be an actor. You would just be an actor. Like, sure, you have a gun. Sure, you have a hat that says NRA. Sure, that, that you're vocal for gun rights. But you're not about keeping gun rights. You, you're worried that about uh, other people, and sure, people are there's plenty of people that are not responsible to have guns, and that's why they go on a registry, or that's why they never take the classes they need to get the license in the first place. So they'll end up just buying a gun off the street, and then they'll end up losing all their rights and their freedom. You don't have to worry about people like that. You don't have to worry about people like that. You know, if as long as the laws are in place that protect your rights, it's going to keep those people, um, basically, and not keep them. It should persuade them to take classes. It should persuade them to go on the up and up. But the people are lazy. They don't want to do shit that way. Like they don't want to figure out how to make their money work for them. They just want yours. They just want to fuck somebody. They just want to fuck. They think that when they need money, that there are certain people out there who are just waiting to get fucked, and they haven't been fucked in a while. So that's how they rationalize kicking down the door, tying them up, beating the combination for the safe out of them. Go open up the safe, take all the jewels, whatever. And their rationalization is that they haven't been fucked in a while. I've known people like this. I've known people like that. You need a gun to shoot those motherfuckers. I know I had no business around those people at the time. I had no business around them. You know, talk about being distracted momentarily. I was fucking an open fucking door, you know. I was just basically wide open to it, even though I disagreed with them. I thought that, you know, I don't have to really contribute my opinion about everything. I don't really have to tell people what I think about things, you know. I'm just, in a sense, I'm just, you know, around them for whatever little work or whatever little gig or whatever little thing that I was doing, and they, you know, yeah, I'm late. I didn't want to go all the way across town. I'll just crash at my friend's house, and her fucking crazy ass boyfriend is there and shit. Well, you know, he's, for the most part, you know, he's harmless and shit. He don't know that I have completely different values than him, and I don't have to tell him. But then actually you end up becoming like the people that you hang around a little bit. So I had no business around him. I should have walked all the way across. I should have done whatever I had to do not to chill there, you know, because whatever I'm telling you now, it's not really a good story. You may not want to hear about that stuff.